Hi, brothers, I'm back again. It's your brother Malcolm Nick, your brother sent from the Lord to help and talk to men about things that communities and platforms and churches don't really talk about. I'm going to read a scripture from the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, from verses 18. It says, "The one who conceals his sins will not prosper, but whoever confesses and renounces them will find mercy." In other words, the Bible is saying the power of sin is hidden in secrecy. So what you don't talk about has power over you. What you don't open up to others or to people, things that you keep to yourself, remain powerful and controlling over your life. We are still talking about how God has delivered me from lust as I use my life to talk to other men and to minister to other men based on how God has miraculously delivered me and helped me out of lust. You see, the sin of lust is not like any other sin that you can easily pray about and get back to life as usual. The sin of lust has consequences that are very, very, very much serious. Why? Because lust is a disease, or what I normally like saying is that lust is an appetite that you can never feed and be satisfied. It's an appetite that keep asking and keep seeking for more. I always say that even after eating, you feel you are hungry. So I'm going to talk to you briefly this day that what you don't confess about has control over you. So I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that is or that gives strength to this thing called lust that we're talking about. And one of those things here is what we read about from the book of Proverbs chapter 28 verses 18 says, the sin that you confess about, the sin that you refuse to confess about makes you poor. But the sin that you confess about, the Bible says you prosper in that area. Why? Because it loses its hold, it loses its power over you. I want to mention and pick a few things that contribute to lust being a stronghold in your life. Number one, it's secrecy with your phone to your spouse. If you see and if you find yourself being protective over your phone around your spouse or around your wife, around your husband, that could be your place of falling. If a phone is something that you are secret about, something that you say, no, this one, no one should know my phone password, I am saying that you are likely to fall in that area, or your phone is gonna be your place of falling. If your phone is your secret holder or your secret thing, you are going to find out that it's gonna start as flirting with girls as a man. If there's so much secrets in your phone, you will find out that you're gonna fall easily, because you find it easy for you to chat with other women. Why? Because you know that my wife doesn't know my password, or my wife do not know my password. It's gonna start as flirting on Facebook, DMing girls. You're not acting on it, but you're just flirting. You're just commenting on girls. Hi, you look pretty. Hi, I like the dress. Hi. Things that you haven't said to your wife in a very long time. Things that you haven't said to your girlfriend in a long time. Now, because your phone has become a place of secrecy, you find it easy to chat and tell things that you were meant to be telling your wife to another woman. This is how lust starts, and this is how lust develops. And before you know it, you'll find that you are stuck in this deep hole, in this dark hole. But if you're to trace back, you realize that it started as a high. You find yourself now enjoying commenting girls' statuses. You see a brother who posts that I bought a car. You don't see those posts. What you see is a girl who posts wearing a miniskirt or dancing to amapiano or whatever it is, that you cannot miss. You have to comment on it. And before you know it, you realize that it moves from just commenting on statuses and commenting on girls that you see on your social platforms. And now you begin to say, let's meet for lunch. Let's have lunch. This is how your lust is growing. I like what one of my fathers said in one of his teaching, Bishop Osaya Tagara. He says, what you don't want to live, you don't feed. What you want to die, you don't feed it. If you see yourself feeding a thing, it means that you want it to live. If you find yourself feeding on your lust via these comments and these nice comments on girls' statuses, that's how you feed on your lust. Now it moves from just flirting, it moves to, hi, can we meet for lunch? In the first place, why would you want to meet for lunch with a girl when you know that you're married? You haven't done anything, you haven't touched their boob, you haven't kissed them, but that's where it's going. Why? Because you keep feeding on this thing called lust. And it's likely that when you're chatting with these girls, you are sitting next to your woman, you should be talking to your woman, you should be spending time to your woman, but you are caught up in your phone, you are caught up into chatting. And gents, I'm not breaking the code as guys, but I am here and sent to you as a brother, not as a pastor. I am not better than any one of you, but I am just sharing my journey on how God has delivered me and how this has brought transformation and change in my life. Lust is dangerous. Now you move from chatting, you move from flirting, now you want to meet for lunch, you want to meet for dinner. The small amounts that you should be spoiling your wife with, that you should be spoiling your kids with, you are feeding on your lust. Before you know it, you want to meet for lunch and on and on and on and on and on and on. You ask for numbers, you are feeding. These are things that feeds on your lust. If you are married and you are in a serious relationship, you cannot afford to be chatting to other girls in your phone. Why? Because you might be feeding on something that you don't understand that you're feeding into. And before you know it, for one to be delivered from lust, it takes a miracle. I know what I'm talking about. It took God to deliver me from this thing called lust. Another thing, you find that you now don't enjoy being around your wife. You don't enjoy being around your girlfriend. Every other weekend, baby, there's a birthday party, I'm going to chill with friends. Every other weekend. Before you know it, lust takes you away from your family. Lust takes you away from your family. When I was controlled by this thing called lust, I did not even have time for my kids. But the day I got delivered from this thing, I am able to spend time with my family. I'm able to spend time with my kids. Actually, I told my wife that I am not going to pay any school transport for my kids. I'm the one who's going to be doing the dropping and the picking of kids. I'm going to be doing the school run. As a way of spending more time with my kids, there's nothing wrong with getting my kids' school transport. But I want to spend time with them. And when I'm dropping my kids, we are praying in the morning, we are listening to a sermon. I am building and guiding them in the way that they should go. Lust takes you away from your family. Number 3, you begin to enjoy being around worldly things. There was a brother who rebuked me. I thank you for that. There was a time when I got myself into hosting and getting gigs and I would host these gigs in clubs. I started enjoying just being around, seeing girls dancing, seeing girls half naked, because I was feeding on this thing called lust. And when a brother saw me from the rurals back in the day, the guy that we used to pray together, he sent me a message saying, Nick, if it's money that you're making there, leave it. God will open another avenue for you. I listened and I left. I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm not saying there is a problem with those that are doing the kind of jobs. You might be stronger than me, but I'm saying I was not. This is what has opened all these doors that I have had to deal with later. As we continue this episode, I will begin to tell you how and what it took for me to be delivered from this thing. It's not easy. It is not easy. Sleeping with many girls is not what makes you a man. If you keep feeding on your lust in these things, this is what is going to happen. You find yourself not enjoying being around your wife. And when that happens, you are on your way to break your own home as a man. If you find yourself, if it has gotten to a point whereby you don't enjoy being around your wife, you are on your way to breaking your own home as a man. And the book of Proverbs calls that a fool. It says a fool breaks his own home with his own hands. Another thing, lust will make you poor. You might say, I have a friend who says, Nick, but there is this guy sleeps around, but he's making money. He is, and he is. He's making money. But what a danger it is to walk into your season of abundance. Ecclesiastes says, time and chance happen to them all. The rest is not. Time and chance is happening. Your time is coming, your season is coming. It's likely that most of us will have our season of bounty. But it is a danger to walk into your season of plenty carrying lust. You have resources, you have money to hire a hotel anytime, you have money to put fuel to drive to a different province anytime. Nothing stops you. It's even better when you don't have money. It might save you some time. Why? Because when you're meant to go drive and see a chick, you find that you don't have fuel in your car. But it is a danger to walk into your season of plenty with the spirit of lust. Your falling is going to be heavy, and everyone is going to hear it, and everyone is going to see it. And it's not going to be nice. The day I got delivered from lust, there is nothing matters to me than spending time with my family. If there's a guy who enjoys being around his wife, that's me. I enjoy being around my wife. My wife cannot go to see her parents alone. We go together. If it was possible for us to go to work together, I would go to work with my wife. There is no other company that I enjoy. Why? Because I have closed all these other doors. My brothers, before I got this help, I would not enjoy being around my wife. Not that I would do it. I would find myself not having time enough to be with her, let alone my kids. The spirit of lust will kill you. Last one for the day. You put your wife in danger because when you go outside, you sleep with a girl without protection. You cannot come and tell your wife that I cannot be intimate with you because I slept with another girl without protection. You are now forced to do it. Not because you don't care about her. You do care about her, but there is no better way. There is no words to tell her that, look, babe, I'm not clean. In the episodes to come, we're going to be talking about the dangers, the spiritual side, this thing called lust. We need to fight it with all we have. I'm looking for 5 men. I'm looking for 10 men. I'm looking for 1,000 men that are going to say, Nick, we want to fight this thing. We want to build proper homes. We want to build holy homes, pure homes, godly homes. In the next episode, we're also going to be talking about the dangers of having many girls when you are raising your own kids. Kids don't do what you tell them to do. They do what they see you do. This is the story of a changed man, your brother Malcolm Nick, and you are the next changed man.